Yeah, I was just as surprised as them. Heya people, how are you all doing? Your boy Al is here with Vigilantes episode 4 and 5 review, so let's get going. At first we see the vigilante team catch three brothers trying to lift women's skirts, prompting Knuckleduster to knock one out with a swift punch. Koichi then notices his mentor has been acting strange since their last villain encounter and recalls something about a bee tamer that the others don't yet understand. Unfortunately, Koichi brings this up during training, giving Knuckleduster the perfect excuse to rough him up. Meanwhile, Keen reports to her boss, the elusive trigger dealer, who is displeased with her reckless move that caused multiple villain outbreaks. He values the drug and wants it used strategically on individuals with strong mental resolve to influence their quirks effectively. Villains specifically targeting this city is making me wonder if there's something really important here or not. What do you guys think? Also, I kind of feel like they are forcing in too many comedy scenes for no reason, and it's becoming a drag. We see that later that day Keen comes across a strange man who has previously used other drugs. Thinking his rage could be useful, she injects 3 trigger syringes directly into his neck. His arm mutates immediately, smashing the ground, but Keen easily dodges his attack and continues to provoke him. The man loses control and transforms into a monster resembling a purple Hulk. Pop Step and Koichi are caught in the chaos and work to evacuate civilians. When one person falls, Koichi leaps in to save them. Fortunately, Knuckleduster arrives and draws the monster's attention. Ignoring Koichi's advice to keep his distance, he engages the creature head-on. Despite a barrage of punches, Knuckleduster narrowly avoids them and stays in the fight. Noticing the buildup of power in the monster's hand, he times his move and knocks him out with a well-placed blow. Maybe it's just me, but I think the fights of this anime lack tension so far. It gives off a vibe that nothing will really happen. By the way, the amount of Marvel references in this show is seriously insane. Moving on, we see that since the villain's power had concentrated in his arm, the rest of his body was left exposed. Despite Knuckleduster's earlier odd behavior, the intense fight seems to lift his spirits. Keen grows annoyed with the vigilantes, but her boss sees it as a positive. If they handle the villains first, it allows them to collect data without drawing too much attention from the heroes or police. Her next target appears, a man who believes he's meeting her for a date. Meanwhile, the focus shifts to the original Ingenium, Tensei Ida, who is pursuing a speedy villain on a nighttime road. Just as he's about to catch him, the criminal displays surprising agility and kicks him aside. Tensei survives only because of an airbag built into his suit. The whole Tensei part kinda came out of nowhere, and really felt unnecessary to me. Also, Knuckleduster's bad mood thing turning out to be a gag moment was a waste of time, right? Next we see that in the morning as Koichi works on his quirk, Tensei meets him and takes an interest due to the similarities in their abilities. Wanting to learn more about slide and glide, Tensei helps Koichi figure out how to stop after gaining speed. For Tensei, speed is crucial since people expect fast rescues. Seeing shared values in Koichi, he invites him to join his team after graduation. Later that day, Tensei goes after the same villain again, this time with a barricade set up to catch him. Tensei giving Koichi pointers was pretty cool, and it shows that he is genuinely a very nice person, but him suddenly inviting Koichi to join his team was kinda reckless, because he knows nothing about Koichi. At the end we see that the villain has a flying type quirk and escapes the trap with ease. Even Tensei's team struggles to pursue him due to the difficult terrain. Suddenly, Tensei spots someone sliding into an alley. It's Koichi, who uses his quirk to trip the villain. Knuckleduster then steps in to finish things. The next day, Tensei thanks Koichi, or the Crawler, for his help, which makes Koichi happy. However, Tensei also informs him that he's no longer being considered for the team, as it seems Koichi has other priorities now. So yet another fight where our main trio didn't get to do much, and if the pro heroes always keep getting involved like this, then it will be a downhill ride for this show. By the way, Koichi's gloomy face was funny, no? With that being said, let's slide into episode 5. At first we see Koichi reflecting on how his college life started and what went wrong. He once invited some friends over after a night of drinking, but the creepy appearance of his building gave them a scare. His eagerness backfired, damaging his reputation. Now though, he's surrounded by people who accept him and make his life feel vibrant. Meanwhile, the news reports on a multi-armed villain who is seen observing people from an alley. However, he isn't hunting them, he's being hunted. A mysterious, menacing samurai watches him bleed out before the scene cuts to black. It looks like Koichi's life was really awful in the past, and I think that girl overreacted quite a bit even if she was drunk, don't you guys agree? Also, this might turn out to be the first proper arc of the show. We jump to the present. Pop Step shows up at Koichi's place and teases him about repairing his old hoodie instead of buying a tougher one. When she repeats the jab, it sparks a strong reaction from Koichi, revealing that he's a devoted All Might fan and treasures the hoodie as part of a complete collection. He mentions he's actually missing one piece, the same hoodie he once gave away. Years ago, on the day of his hero school entrance exam, he wore that limited edition hoodie while hurrying to the test. But when he saw a pink-haired kid drowning in a river, he jumped in to save them and gave them the hoodie to keep them warm. He missed the exam, but hopes the kid was inspired to do good. So Koichi and Deku from the main series are both hardcore fans of All Might, which is kinda meh, but I hope the anime will show the reason why and how Koichi became such a hardcore All Might fan. Moving on, we see that when Pop Step returns home, it's revealed that she was the kid Koichi saved and still has the All Might hoodie. Realizing she hasn't properly thanked him, she decides to finally tell him the truth. However, when she gets to his house, Knuckleduster is already there, interrupting the moment and shaking her resolve. Meanwhile, in the second half, the thug with the hardening quirk who previously fought the Vigilantes is released by the police. Right after leaving the station, he runs into Keen, who offers him a new version of Trigger. I think it was pretty obvious to everyone that the kid Koichi saved was Pop Step, but I wonder if this is the real reason why she started interacting with him. Either way, this gave her character more layers, which is nice. Then we see Koichi and Pop Step quickly spot the villain wreaking havoc and notify the police. The thug recognizes Koichi as the Crawler, which makes him momentarily proud. But there's no time to celebrate, as the villain charges at him. While Koichi tries to keep him occupied, Pop Step contacts the authorities. However, Koichi makes a misstep and is left open to a powerful, hardened punch. Just then, Stendhal, the mysterious samurai, appears and intervenes, effortlessly countering the attacker and forcing him to flee. I don't know about you guys, but I expected our main group to be more like Stendhal. He has a pretty cool character design, and feels like a proper vigilante, while our main trio has been a bunch of goofballs so far. At the end we see that as Koichi talks about how much he looks up to the vigilante who saved him, he receives an unexpected invitation from someone claiming they can help. To his and Pop Step's surprise, it turns out to be Suga, the bully and villain from episode 1. Since they don't trust him, they walk away before he can explain his intentions. Meanwhile, Stendhal continues his pursuit, cutting off the hardening villain's arm and reviewing his list of targets. Suga is next. However, Keen is also watching and preparing to interfere with whatever he's planning. So it looks like Stendhal is the type of character who will take extreme actions, and given his next target, he is obviously gonna have a clash with our main trio, but I wonder how Keen will play a part in all this. Overall, these episodes were lacking a hooking point to keep my attention. By the way, episode 6 is already out. Anyways, thanks for watching everyone. If you like my video, then check out some of my other videos. Also, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you want to keep me motivated to make more videos, and you can also leave a comment if you want to say something, because it helps me fight the almighty YouTube algorithm. You can also follow me on Twitter and Instagram or check out my Facebook page, links are given in the description. Until then, see ya.